Let us explore duality. How does duality come to be? In order to understand duality, which really is the Gurmat term is ḍuḥ, where there is a sense of separation between yourself and the whole. So how does it come to be? Well, when we're first born, in order to understand ḍuḥ, perhaps when we look at it, when we're first born, we identify with our bodies. And as we get a bit older, we begin to identify with our sense of self, our psychological space. And here we are now looking at ourselves not as the body, but not I am the body or the body is me, but more about I have a body. It's a mine, it's an acquisition or it's a attribute of the psychological self called ego, for a better word, or Haumai, for a better word, with Gurbani. So the first duality, the first boundary is between the body and there's this sense of self. This sense of self then actually has another division within itself. The persona, part of our identity, our ego, and the shadow side of it. The persona is the mask that we wear in everyday life and show it to the world. And the shadow are the things that we don't like about ourselves, but we tend to project them on others. So once again, we create yet another duality, a duality between our persona and our shadow. So this is the duality that follows the duality between the body and the sense of self. The body itself is then divided, is separated from the environment. And now we have a boundary between the body and the environment. And the environment is then separated from the wider universal context, the solar system, the universe, etc. So once again, there tends to be another boundary. So these boundaries are effectively a mental creation, and these mental creations are what creates this sense of self, this sense of separation and doubt. So the ḍuḥ, the root of ḍuḥ, takes place through our cultivation of our sense of self, which begins by us categorizing, us putting together boundaries around certain things. And the first boundary that we create is a boundary between our self, our innate, our ego self, and the rest. And the way this boundary is created is our past, our memories, our language, our education, the whole conditioning is what enables us to create this inner sense of self, which then separates us from the body itself, which then leads to this whole perpetual cycle of dualism.